everybody. Whistle Pig Kid indeed. Hello, welcome everybody to Hero Club's weekly Twitch stream, The King of Tides. We're so excited to see all of you today. We have some big news, everyone, a little bit separate from the stream today. Oh, you know what I'm just realizing? I can't hear anything in terms of the music that should be playing, like this. There it is. We botched it, gang. And the best part is it's live, so there's no second chances. We had a really cool day today. We dropped the first episode of Brand's Bargain. If you don't know what Hero Club is or what Brand's Bargain is, what we do is we take our D&D sessions, we record them live around the table or the virtual table, and we edit them down with sound effects and music to make these really awesome, immersive audio dramas or comedies, depending on what you're listening to. And today we released our 12th season, our 12th story, the first episode, not including the secret for the secret 0th season that we'll never release. And this is where we just get to gather once a week and just play some regular D&D, though we still like to sprinkle in our sound effects and our music. The season we just released for our podcast, you can find in our About section underneath this video or HeroClubPodcast.com. It takes place in our Emporia campaign setting, much like the setting we play in here. Hell yeah, the Emporia universe is expanding. The ECU, the EAU, Emporian audio universe instead of cinematic.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think so. Here's a couple things to know about that setting if you are not familiar. First of all, everybody is playing and the world is made up of people that are anthropomorphic animals. In terms of technology, we're thinking like mid-18th century, height of piracy along the tropical continent of Emporia. Magic has been made illegal and is punishable by death or worse by the monarchy. And that suppression of magical people, artifacts, etc. is assisted by the Church of Soul, who worship the sun as a body of celestial power. Now we get to meet our PCs. We are unfortunately missing Jackie Emerson again tonight. We thought we were going to have her back, but she's not feeling well, so we hope she feels better super soon, so we see her next week. But in the meantime, say hello to Hannah Fagerbaki.
Right as the popcorn goes in the mouth.
The bite. Directly in
I'm
it.
Hannah Fagerbaki. I love me some popcorn. And today I'll be playing Acana, a level 15 of the Ancient's Paladin. My fun fact this week is that when I was a child, I collected teapots for some fucking dumb reason. And I had like 35 to 40.
I have one of those teapots in my cabinet.
Which led to me having, as an adult, 35 to 40 teapots and thinking, oh no, this is a huge mistake.
Oh, God. Natasha Mercado.
I think that's cool, okay?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's a fun collectible.
Hi, I'm Natasha. I play Zaza. Are you really level 15, Hannah?
Yeah, she's way ahead. She is a god. She's way ahead of us.
I died and then came back and got more. Try dying. It's fun.
Everyone try dying.
Yeah, try it again.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm level 11 and I'm a mummy lord and I'm a hyena. That's pretty cool, right?
Zaza, the mummy lord, path of the...
It's Ancestral Guardian?
Ancestral Guardian, barbarian.
Yeah.
And you swallowed the heart of a mummy lord, and now you have two little undead relatives of yours that follow you around when you desire it. Look at that. Look at D&D, folks. Don't you love this game? Gabe Greenspan.
Hello, I'm Gabe Greenspan. I play Zygo Coiltail, a level 11 chameleon, and you might as well call me Vincent Van Gogh because it is a starry night. But instead of Van Gogh, who only lost one ear, I lost two eyes. That's right. I'm a blind-ass Circle of Stars druid, baby.
Oh,
that's how we roll.
Jesus Christ.
Nope.
It doesn't ever stop.
Part of the bit.
I feel like I'm high. Dylan McCullum.
Drinks.
Oh yeah, man.
Yo, sorry,
Oh!
I'm sorry, what?
Wow.
I you waited.
For context,
worth
everyone
it.
had a neon sign except me and Hannah, so I dunked on Hannah by getting it on YouTube. And then she dunked on us right back with that great
Incredible.
find. Good job.
I specifically Googled "fuck you, George" neon sign, but they
They
didn't
come in
have
bulk.
that
I have also
weird.
gone down that rabbit hole. It's way too many.
Oh man.
Google yourself one
boy.
time, you find your high school nemesis's neon sign shop. All right. Let's settle in for this really insane, chaotic night.
Wait,
we're about to
wait,
have, I
we
think.
did it, Dylan.
Oh
Yeah.
no, we're gonna skip Dylan tonight. Dylan McCullum.
Also,
Say hi,
Dylan, chat
Dylan.
is
No,
saying they can't hear
I know
you.
Chad is saying that they can't hear me, but they can. I just wasn't getting my words out.
Oh.
Oh, a sad burn.
Unless you couldn't hear me the
Oh.
entire time.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Either way, hey everyone, I'm Dylan McCollum. I play fan favorite Nesbitt Bisbee. He is a level 11 Swarmkeeper Ranger, Anteater, and also it falls to me every time to explain the best or worst for sure, part of our campaign setting, because animals be people, bugs be animals. I can promise you this. There are gonna be no bug sounds in Brand's Bargain. I'm lying. There's gonna be
It's like,
so fucking
I don't know.
much.
That's true at all.
You have no idea how many bug sounds are gonna be in this one. This one is the worst one. So it's tame here. Count your blessings. And listen to
Yeah,
our
let's-
podcast.
And listen to our
What a
podcast.
bitch.
Yeah.
I love this
Um,
version of Dylan. This is my favorite Dylan.
Sassy,
Yeah.
danger Dylan.
This
Yeah.
is never
Oh
coming
yeah,
in
this
with,
is
like,
this is
nothing to
Dylan.
lose.
This is Dylan with a magic crossbow. I have nothing to lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally
can st-
achieved.
Stop simping
My
up to the
character
DM
growth
now.
is finished.
Yeah.
Oh man, let's remind ourselves of what has happened. Yeah, everybody knows that once you get your magic crossbow, that means your
That's it.
character arc's done.
Yeah.
Um, oh
man.
boy.
God.
Last time on the King of Tides, after awaiting for Joey's return to no avail, she has still somehow gotten away from y'all without really noticing and just still hasn't made her way home. But you have no way of knowing that at the moment because currently you are outside of Port Sal in a section of this city called the Trough, which is a sort of bowl-shaped cliff town where like the ocean is separated by the land by like a several 100-foot tall cliff. As the cliff peaks, it then kind of bowls into a little moat, almost as if Port Sal used to be part of like a moated castle-y structure. And then the massive city of Port Sal with the high walls on the other side, barred by blackjack guards checking papers and keeping those who they don't want inside the city out. While in this city, we have had a couple of things happen. The first thing, we've encountered Captain Marin, who is in charge of all of the blackjack forces. That's all of the armada or the navy forces that defend this town. She is in charge of the entire garrison. It would seem that she is working against the crown's interests and wishes to help you in exchange for you doing a job for her, which, according to her, appears to be altruistic, and you did not glean anything to the counter of that. Additionally, Zaza had a little bit of a run-in with what appears to be some sort of underground criminal organization after getting a warning from a very cold, steely-eyed squirrel who made a quick morning stop by the tavern that you were staying at. But Zaza may be a little bit unlucky in that endeavor, much luckier in a different endeavor when Acana noticed that her weapons were inscribed with a sigil that inspired a quote-unquote "That's So Raven" flashback of recognizing in her godly memory, as she is an aspect of the mother right now, that the smith whose that sigil belongs to is perhaps the most skilled, advanced, and well-intentioned smith that exists in not only Emporia, anywhere. At least that has had any contact with the mother. Could there be other talented smiths otherwhere? Of course. They are probably not going to hold a candle to this guy. He is a small chihuahua named Briny from Masangu, recognizing Zaza's patron home, or recognizing the name of Masangu when asked where Zaza was from. They had a little bit of a kinship spark there. And eventually, after some trust was established, Briny brought them down into an underground cavern using an elevator located in his shop. And within, in addition to his forge out on the street in the middle of the trough, was another forge, surrounded on all of the wall sides about 4 feet deep, with a beautiful garden with red and silver flowers in it. And within that garden, after Nesbitt made contact with a strange entity that seemed to be living underneath the stone of this place, we found our first magic crossbow. The aspect of Venus. So, to remind everybody, as you became attuned to this weapon, not the aspect of Venus, the tendril of Venus, is what I have here. It is a +1 magic heavy crossbow. There is a grappling hook attachment with 50 feet of rope equipped to it. That is separate from its firing mechanism. It fires magic bolts that regrow after a long rest. The first bolt fired per day. The bolt deals an additional 1d12 magical piercing damage, and the target makes a DC 16 strength saving throw or becomes restrained. The target takes an additional 1d4 piercing damage magical every time they attempt to make an athletics check DC 16 to escape. This works regardless of target size.
That's so sick.
And that's the first bolt, right, George?
It's the first bolt every day.
Every day.
But you sense, Nesbitt, that there's more to this weapon. It is thick and barbed, but it looks wanting for ornamentation. Not your style at all, but you can't help but notice that it feels maybe like a little empty. Even though you hold it and are in shock by its power, you just get like a sense of something missing. Let's go ahead and return to this moment. Nesbitt, cradling this in your hands after having made contact with the seemingly sentient tendril coiled underneath the floor, bonding with you over a knowledge of what it's like to face certain death and hear the screams of someone cornered, and the desire to have that never happen again. A protector's weapon, but also an avenger's weapon. It seems to like ya.
I think I have to find a way to make it grow.
Oh. That's a dark path. But sometimes a necessary one. Aphids in the garden and all that.
Rose and thorns.
Aye. You know it well, then. I knew I was supposed to find a lot of you.
Thank you.
But of course, well, if there's anything else I can do for all of you, I know you had some business to discuss potentially, right?
Yes. This seems silly to say after what has just occurred, but do you believe in fate and destiny?
Of course I do.
Good. then you are with the right people. Zygo sort of steps forward because we're about to deliver this insane information to this poor Chihuahua.
Why is everybody gone very quiet and won't make eye contact with me? Look at me. Hello.
Brani, it is our destiny to go to the moon, to visit, is it Luna?
Mhm.
Lune? To visit, to visit Lune herself, and to stop whatever aberrations that are headed towards our planet right now. And I think that we believe that you are destined to help us.
Okay. You knew that was a lot going in.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I understand that it is a little difficult to swallow.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Oh boy.
Actually, never mind. I'm gonna have him. Of course, all my dice are in my closet. 1 second. Stand by. 5 seconds.
Closet
I made a
dice.
decent persuasion check. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad, you know?
You did decide to go in for it,
I know.
knowing that you would probably have to do it.
Zygo's the destiny guy. He's not the charisma guy.
I'm gonna make a little insight check for Bryony.
All right.
Let's do this. Right. So, do you have any not that I don't believe in fate, because I do. It's real. You know, there's fabrics that we can't see that guide us to places that we never thought we normally go. But I do need any proof, even just a shred of something to convince me of what you've just said, because it is quite a lot to swallow.
I understand.
I mean, look where we are. It's not impossible. I understand what you're saying could be true.
Wow.
I made a habit of I've made a habit of trusting people I shouldn't have in the past, is all.
Acana will look at Zygo, and I never thought I would ever use this spell, but she will cast Zone of Truth on Zygo.
I'll just fail that. I'm willing to just fail that save.
Light engulfs Zygo as I'm gonna make a quick. Bryony sees this and recognizes it. Oh, that'll do. Everything you just said was the truth?
Every word was true. And to help his case, Zygo will pull out a little pouch of moon dust that he has on him. This is dust from Lune herself that we have collected, and whose powers we are just beginning to understand.
May I?
Of course. I'll hand it over.
Grabs it. He takes a teeny little speck out and then just reaches into his back pocket and puts a little suction cup monocle over his eye, so it's a bubble on his eye, and he just one eye looks at it real close, swiveling around his amplified giant eye.
While he's looking at it, can Acana turn to Zygo and be like, "What are your real thoughts on Charlie?"
I did not like that slug. I really did not like that slug.
I never seen anything like this.
Wait, I'm saying something. He is.
The floodgates are open.
I'm so glad that you asked. No, you're good. Go ahead, George.
Oh, I thought we were talking about that slug. You seem really passionate. All right.
I am very passionate. I do not like that slug. I am glad that Joey has a friend. I feel like she should have a childhood because she does not have most of a childhood, and I guess having a pet is a part of that. But as its own entity, I wish it were dead. I wish that we did not have to deal with it. It seems to provide nothing to me personally, and so that is how I feel.
Well, it's a zone of truth, not a zone of talk. But I got it. Anyway,
High five to him.
I've never seen anything like this, but I'm interested. Not seeing it means something. I have another question for you. What do you need me for?
We need to figure out a way to breathe up there.
Up there? Like in the void? In the sky?
On the moon.
We think we know how to get there. It is being there that is an issue.
Getting
Why
there
is that?
actually seems very easy.
Why would it be an issue? Why can't we just fling you up there and then you go walk on the moon?
I guess, and Nesbitt just looks right at Acana. The best way to describe it is, it's a place that the mother cannot reach.
Huh. So, it's a hostile environment, is what you're saying.
The one time that we explored anything even remotely close to it, it was everything in our power not to be overcome by poisons and gases that we were unfamiliar with.
Also, I don't know if you have any close friends that are birds, but if you fly high enough, it gets harder and harder. And your
Oh,
vision
right.
starts to swim.
Air gets thinner. So you're saying there's
Air
a
gets
point where
thinner.
it gets too thin.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So you want something airtight, like someone would dive with?
That seems correct.
But would also be able to get around because we couldn't get out of it.
Back when I was living on Masango, I worked with a couple of deep clam divers, and I made them some suits so they could walk along the bottom, even amidst those high pressures where it gets to underneath there. I think something like that might be what you're looking for. Probably full suits. But in order for there to be no seams, I just don't know what material we could use for that. I can forge things, you see, I just can't shape them to be completely airtight like this. You'd need a really advanced kind of mold or some kind of different metal that was bendy or something like that.
Would something like chitin work, or is that too fragile?
No, like exoskeleton?
Just a thought.
I mean, if you had an exoskeleton that was covering you, yeah, that would work great.
I do not know if we have access to so many things. Cassandra's workshop that had that constant supply of something. What was that a constant supply of?
So everything. There was an acid pool where
Right.
anything that dissolved in the acid could be reconstituted using the Yzma's bells, which were these giant structures in the ceiling, almost like cow's udders facing down, that would rotate and mix certain components after it was separated. It would inject a gaseous explosion into a black stone mold, and then whatever was inside would be crack open, and you would have it. It was like an automatic forge.
Right, but it didn't supply the materials we
No,
supplied.
we supply the materials. But yeah.
You supply the materials, but also if you just didn't put a mold, you could excrete raw material.
Sure, right. I do not know. To Nesbitt, I do not know where we would get such huge chitin, something that would be enough to cover all of us. So, so honestly, if there are more of those creatures like what we saw in at the disease, the night of the attack, those were huge. Melting down chitin like that would be.
We have exoskeleton like mantis stuff. No?
You have the mantis armor. You do have the mantis armor.
That wouldn't be enough for all of us, though.
But that is the general idea.
What is this armor you're talking about?
We
You point to it?
Yeah, each of us are wearing some of it, right?
yeah.
All of this makes one suit.
Yes.
I can see right now it's not airtight, but and this is magical weave. Wow, this is really. Where'd you get this? Who made this?
You know,
Tree?
there was a hole in the ground that was spitting out. You would put something in it and then it would spit something out, and we gave it little gifts and it gave us gifts back.
And there was a shapeshifter.
Yeah, no, it was a spirit of the forest, I think. Either way.
Did you see a hole in the middle of the ground?
Yes.
Yes. And it looked like the universe. And
Yeah.
Wait.
That was like Nesbitt and Zaza's thing. Like, yeah.
So it looked like stars?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy, I'll tell you
Did the
this.
stars, no, bear with me. Were the stars moving?
You guys did not tell me that it looked like stars. That is very exciting, and it is a detail I would have liked to have known. But
George,
that is
can I
very-
make a history check to
that is
remember
not-
if they
no,
were
that-
moving or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not something I don't think you really checked
didn't really-
in the moment.
No, we didn't. I don't think we did that.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make a history check. That's pretty be
Oh, can I do
tough
two?
DC.
Oh shit. Oh, that's a +0. So 19.
Okay. I've set the DC at 20. I
Well-
think that you probably are not sure.
Okay.
Can I roll? 'Cause
Yeah,
I was
sure.
also there.
If you were there also, and Zaza, if you were there, you can throw it down too.
Well, I rolled a 3, so.
Yeah.
Oh, 10.
Okay.
I don't remember if they were moving or not. I just remembered that for me personally, it reminded me of something of my youth.
Well, let's explore that. What did it remind you of?
An anthill.
Which is made up of moving parts, so it's possible it was moving.
Like something that had one goal and one consciousness, but was made up of a lot of living that would track. I had a theory about what that is, actually. Not a good theory. Never mind. Don't worry about
What?
it.
No, it sounds like a great theory.
No. I listen. I thought I saw something like what you're seeing from afar away, and you said something. The thing you said about there being some sort of shapeshifter there or something, that did strike me as strange. That I saw somebody near it, and they seemed to dispel a hole out of a tree after they jumped
Well-
inside of it.
Where did you see what you saw?
I think it was the Royal Plains.
Yeah.
Wasn't that where we were?
Yes. Yes.
You saw this in the Royal Plains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Like,
Yeah.
more than-
I was on my way up from Marseille. This is right when I moved to the mainland. I came in through Fort Donner and I went up the path back up to Port Sal. And when I was traveling along the Delta, a fella stopped me and asked me for help. And
What did he
Actually-
look like?
it was like a tall canine fella.
Yeah, that's
One
him.
step back.
That's him.
But
And he said he was just there for his kids, huh? Right? Did he give you that?
no, I have no idea.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
His
Well,
kids?
was this a coyote?
No. Sort of like a scruffier fella.
And he
It's
said he
weird.
was there for his kids.
No, actually, he was looking for help. Had something to repair, but it was such an easy fix that it struck me as odd that he insisted on paying me. It took me like 4.5 seconds, and then he handed me these, and he takes out of his back pocket a smith's hammer that appears to be made out of like green jade.
Ooh.
Dope.
I love it.
Sorry, I got so excited. Oh.
Right,
Ah.
it's the best smith and hammer I've ever had. Almost like, I used to make so many mistakes, and there used to be a big pile of scrap, but now it seems like I can't miss.
That sort of tracks with what our experience was as well.
Well, okay, then if that's similar, I did some reading up on what that might have been in the library. Went to there's a section where you're not supposed to go, but I snuck in there anyway because I'm small and I can. But, you're short. It's so funny how they don't make like barriers tall enough, or like they start the barrier mid-height, like just duck right under there. Did a little bit of digging, there's some stories about like another world underneath ours, but not actually underneath. I don't know how to say this. It's like our world is here,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's another world that's here, but it's also here because it's not like it's below.
The
But it's
parallel universe.
I don't know what that means. But it's sort of like
We've experienced something quite similar to that. We have a friend who's a king there, I think.
Houses are blue.
so. All right. No, not blue. I didn't notice nothing blue. It's actually all the imagery is very multicolored.
Can I roll like a religion check or something?
Yeah, go ahead. I found it in an old storybook from way back in the day, like I think during Olivia II's reign, something like that. It was hundreds of years old.
29.
I was gonna say, can I roll
You
history,
know
but
that this
fuck it.
story is Acana, you like immediately the name pops into your head of the story, which is the Spore Wilds.
Ooh. I like that.
Fucking
A story
cool.
about two kids who jump down a hole and encounter a colorful world full of a sort of life form that is very akin to mushroom and fungi, stretching up to the sky in vast shapes that are in like mountain-sized and all the way down to like little tiny spores floating through the air. And in this story, there are two kids that fall into the hole and become lost, and they are saved by a spirit of the forest named Mother Bellow. And Mother Bellow tries to keep them there. And when they try to leave, Mother Bellow tries to stop them. Never tries to like kill them or eat them or anything. It's just that she wants to keep them safe. And the story is about the kids fleeing her and getting back to their parents. And ultimately, it's a tale of don't take your parents for granted, and that and with a little sense of mystery. Very Hansel and Gretel. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
This is your mother brain kicking in.
30.
Jesus.
Now go ahead and 30. Now go ahead and make a history check.
Can I, while I see all this happening next to me, can I guidance or history check? Is
Yeah.
she like
Yeah, you see her
okay.
thinking and thought you give her a
Yeah,
little
we
mind
see it.
clearing.
She's in the middle of her.
Yeah, of her, that's a raven.
flag.
Is this a D4?
Yes, add a D4.
Yeah,
to it.
D4 added to the roll.
Ooh, 25
Jesus.
C was
I
20.
rolled a
so that's
4
absolutely
on
yes.
the.
You feel like
A woman?
like way long ago, Mother Bellow used to be a friend of yours. A long time ago, before Emporia.
And was she like a I'm gonna keep these children I found for fun type, or
That's what you guys would talk about over like mimosas.
That rings true to you.
so those kids?
And you don't remember why, but you feel like she, while maybe misguided in some ways, did have a good reason. For being
And what about where she lives?
She lives in a world that is at once existing in the same place as this one and at the same time not. A land called the Spore Wilds.
Okay.
To be very D&D about this, it is this setting's version of the Feywild.
Oh, fun. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
when we would get our brunch together, did she ever tell me how to get there?
You know the path is to find one of the paths is what they're called. In your head you see you think about it, and like almost like a lightning cracking from a cloud, you see like a bunch of little spirally tunnels suddenly appear from like a center point, and then glow, and then turn upside down, and they are scattered throughout Emporia, leaving entrances to essentially slide down whatever this tunnel is into the Spore Wild.
So if we had jumped into that hole, we would have gone to the Spore Wild.
That's right.
I almost did it.
You did almost do it.
We have to go back.
It was maybe for the best that you didn't do it.
Was that
then.
like an open portal, or did it close after you went through?
It closed after you went through. Well, actually, you didn't see it close. You just saw it closed. You turned around. The hole in the tree disappeared as you turned back around and saw that canine fellow was gone.
Right.
Didn't it hug you, Dylan?
Hmm?
Didn't it like come up and hug you or something, or it like felt like it hugged you, or?
It felt like it recognized me. I believe, yeah. But it didn't come up and hug me.
Okay.
But
That was an extra detail my brain made up then.
but it felt like it. You're right. This is.
I'm so sorry. I have one more question about this gal. Did she tell me that there were like guardians of the portholes, and that's what that guy was?
You're not super familiar with who that guy was, or who that was at all,
Or what, like if like he filled a role or something?
whatever that is doesn't track with your memory that you're
Okay.
thinking of right now.
Okay, sorry, Dylan, go ahead.
No, because you haven't actually technically told us anything yet.
Oh, I remember that story. I think I remember a bit more about that woman as well, but those are entrances. Those pools to that other plane that both is and isn't here.
Right, just a tidbit of information. Interesting, we had a similar experience on the road, though. That, I think, is another layer of this fate that we were talking about.
I've been thinking about that guy every day, I'm telling you.
All right, okay. Why? Did he do something to you?
No, Zaza
He's awful
doesn't.
nice to me.
Zaza
He's
doesn't
nice.
Zaza doesn't like unanswered questions.
Oh,
have
I
a
know.
couple
That's
of people.
straight from our island. We're explorers by nature, aren't we?
Oh yeah, that's high five.
There have been a few people who have come into our lives and left abruptly without answering something, and Zaza has put them in her mind to track forever. It's very inspiring.
Very good. Never let it go. That's what I always say. You know,
Never
hold on
let
to
it
the grudge
go.
as long as you can until it becomes poisonous, and you have to let it go, or else it becomes a physical ailment.
Or let it destroy you. Who's to say?
That's what I've had to learn because I used to be a trusting fella. I mean, that's how I
Okay.
got into this whole mess in Port Sal.
I get you.
What mess?
Oh, with being conscripted to make everything for the Emporian Armada and all that.
You have to make things for the Armada.
So on that journey up to Port Sal, I thought, when I arrive in the trough, I'll start out here, I'll start smithing, eventually I'll make a little cash, and I'll move inward, and I can start making like the really fancy, nice stuff, because I had to leave Masengu because the people coming over in boats, they were just not listening to the people who live there, you know what I mean? And maybe you saw a little bit of this, Miss Jekyll, but the Armada would come and displace people, and it didn't matter what they said about it. It either ended bloody or it ended calm with them walking away, that sort of thing. It became not safe for me to be there anymore. They happened to land right on the beach that my forge was inside of. So I thought, I'll move mainland. I'll start trying to own my craft a little bit on the out here, and maybe I could do some good. I started selling, was doing great, and then all of a sudden, one day, as I'm making everything, a bunch of Emporian guards show up. They say that I'm smithing illegally within the limits of Port Sal. Then they took away all my tools. I went to prison for 2 years. And then when I got out of prison, they said I had to work for a Rudy Smith, who was sort of like the coordinator for all the Smiths in Port South, to funnel everything through to their experimental division, which is what I used to have to do a lot of work for. Lately, I've been telling them I've been on a bit of a blank, but really, I just made what you see down here.
Rudy Smith, we were told of that name as a Smith that is one of the best in the city. You are telling me no?
I don't like to say mean things about people, but that's the worst guy I've ever met. He is. You see him choke up a little bit.
Oh.
He's just a cruel fella. Through a sniffle, he pulls out a little paper out of his pocket, unfolds it, and then shows it all of you, and it's like a pretty decent sketch of a ladybug. He's got my lady.
Oh.
And he just looks sadly down at the paper.
Okay,
No.
George, is that a person or is that a pet? Because it's a ladybug.
It's not a person. It's a pet. It's like seeing like a little ladybug drawn like that. It's like seeing like a puppy, or like a cat.
This man stole his fucking puppy?
So this is Jennifer
Well,
Coolidge
I
and
didn't
Legally
hit-
Blonde? This is Jennifer Coolidge and Legally Blonde. Okay.
What I did, it was before I came up with the idea to put the forge underneath, the forge up top, and I
kill this guy.
got caught trying to hide something I'd been experimenting. I just can't. When the divine inspiration strikes me, I have to make it. It's like it's a calling for me, and I can't resist. So I had to make it, but then I had to hide it. But then he found it, and so he took her.
What was this creation? And what? I'm so sorry to pry, but you said the experimental division?
Oh,
Is there
right.
several?
So they brought me this glove that sucks magic in, and they asked me to make like plate armor that did the same thing. And I made it, and it sort of scared me when I looked at it, so I tried to hide it. And then they found it anyway. And apparently, after they found that, he took my lady as a lesson, but said that I'd done well enough that I could keep my head, because it apparently was a big discovery I made. And so I've just been down here trying to come up with something better that they won't have their hands on.
Do you like it here?
Do I like it here? No, absolutely not. But if I leave, they'll send scorpions after me. I mean, I
if you
guess
had
I'm
people
here
to help
against
you
my will,
fight?
but I do like my neighbors and all that. I have
Honey,
friends here.
what would it take for you to leave this place? What
good
would
reason.
one have to do? But would someone come after you, or are there loose ends that you would have to tie up?
I think, no offense to the other Smiths in town, I think I'm a league and a half above them, so if I left, it would be sort of a massive blow to the entire Emporian armada, so I don't think they're gonna let me go. Period.
Well, they've been after us for a long time, and we've been fine.
We are certainly no friends to the Emporian armada.
Mm-mm. And I can think of no better blow than to take away their best Smith.
I mean, listen, if they send people after me, they'll be real threats.
Bukhani,
They stole your ladybug.
we are real threats.
Pause. Can we put him in the forest? Is that too bad to put him in the forest?
We can put him in the forest. We don't have our boat right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, we also don't have the boat.
Where's the boat? Someone's
Captain,
looking at
it's at Captain Marin's seaside keep.
Mhm.
And what was our goal for her again? We have to go to the spine, right?
She
We
wants you to
have
go to
the
the spine and figure
magicians
out
in
what's
the
going on
spine.
with the storm, because she knows that if the storm keeps whipping up when you guys go like above ground, it'll eventually, the weather will get so bad that the people in the trough will get completely displaced.
And also one of the
So-
things,
And it's causing like unrest in the city. Like it's a peacekeeping thing, and also just like it needs to get fixed.
and also we learned that the storm is so bad that we can't even see the moon anymore,
Right.
Right.
and like we can't observe it, or
Or
Yeah.
anything else that's falling towards us, probably.
yeah.
So, Bryony, I'm sure you've seen the storm.
Oh, what this? Yeah, I seen the storm. I'm sorry. That was sarcastic. I didn't mean to be so mean.
I love it. It's fine.
Sometimes I get a little. I used to be a little bit of a jobber and a pokester and a trickster, but my heart was crushed by the spirit of imperialism. So.
Yeah. Well, we love a good jab now and then among our crew, but where we're going next, we're going into the spine, and we want to figure out what the guff is going on.
Yeah.
Because we know it's not getting better, and it's only going to get worse, and that's not going to affect the people sitting in their pretty houses in the center of the city. That's going to affect everyone living here.
Mm. But I don't hear a better reason floating around here. If you're willing to incur the risk, and I can't stress enough, it's gonna be substantial. I'll help you do whatever you need. I'm not sure I'm worth the reward that I bring you. Acana, you know that's bullshit.
I flash back in my mind of like all the beautiful
you
like,
see him like sorry, just
fully
to like
has a
super
majestic
dope like
montage of Rudy crafting.
you just see him like pull a big like chain out of the ceiling like in like just like shorts and just like big jacked arms like a little dwarf.
I love this
and he
With
like
an
pulls
8-pack.
out
I
like
love
a
Brian so
gleaming
much.
gold sword out of coals. For the mother I shall. Yeah, I'm just like not super confident.
Zaza puts a hand on his shoulder and is like, "Don't talk about my friend Bryony like that, Bryony."
Oh, Miss Checo. That's such a nice quip.
Yeah.
I've not met many people as worth it as you are.
I'm not good at receiving all these compliments.
Hey, Bryony. We're gonna go stop the forever rain and go to the moon. Wanna come?
All right.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
Can I ask for something in return?
Want us to try to get your lady?
Want me to play a song?
Actually, that's not that. Maybe later. But
Okay.
yes, Miss what do I call you?
Acana.
Charlotte came in so hot with that.
That was what I was going to ask. If there's any chance, I know I've been to his office before, and he keeps her in a cage, right behind his desk.
I hate him.
Yeah, I try not to use the word hate, but he's a real salt and tail spot.
You're right, that's better than hate. Well, we'll definitely, I think we'll need the other member of our group that isn't here for that if we're going to be sneaking.
I
Right.
don't know.
You don't think?
Well, I know that he works with the Emporian Armada. I mean, if there were something, maybe there's an event coming up where somebody of authority can get him away from his shop for a while, let you go in uninterrupted, that sort of thing.
Mm.
I'll keep
But-
an ear out for something like that.
Whatever happens, that should be the last thing that we do before we leave.
I will
Because
say,
as
Bryony,
soon as we do that,
yes, we are on a bit of a tight schedule. We are hoping to leave as soon as possible. So if you can keep yours out for something happening relatively soon.
Bryony, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know a Ramilda? She's a raccoon. She's super wealthy.
I don't know anyone named Ramilda. Do you have a last name, or are they an avian?
No, she's a raccoon.
wasn't it Vane?
No, that's
Dizzy?
no, it's Dizzy. Ramilda Vane is a
Ramilda Vane's a Harry Potter character.
yes.
Oh yeah, the
Thank you.
Dizzy
She's the
Man.
one who.
Embarrassing.
She's the one who drugs Ron.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
So,
potions
yeah.
Ron. She
Good
really
for
JK
you.
for
man.
that.
Yeah,
Teams
she was
drugging each
she
other.
was trying to drug Harry,
Yeah.
but then
Right.
Ron
Oh,
ate
that's
his
true.
chocolates.
Right.
And then Slughorn fixes it.
I like
Well,
that
Slughorn
name
makes
is
it
taking
worse.
up space
Right.
in my brain.
Oh no, but it's Ramilda Dizzy. I was thinking Vane too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone named Ramilda. No surname on that.
No, Ramilda Dizzy.
Like the Key East Dizzies?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard of them.
Okay. I don't know if she would have any pull in this town for us, but she's a dear, dear friend of ours.
We have people. We have people. If what you told me is true, we have people within the government or within the higher ups of Emporia who would be able to probably keep this man away from his shop.
Who?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. It's not my information.
We're owed a favor.
Well, hey, I mean, it's sort of your business, right? All I'm saying is, if you bring my lady back, I'll go with wherever you want. No need to pay me or nothing like that. Just set me up somewhere nice, right? I can take a lot of this with me. And he points at the forge. Just need a couple of seeds and a few months to build, and I can bring this anywhere.
All right. Well, perhaps you are right. I did not know if going in with no exit strategy and without joy is necessarily our best bet. But perhaps we rest tonight. Try to figure out what we are doing in the morning. See if there are any events going on.
And then we can work on wrapping up the other things we want done as well.
Bryony,
Right.
I would,
Aye.
I know it doesn't seem like it, but when we leave, we'll probably be leaving on my ship. I'm a captain, and I want you to prepare yourself. I would say pack as fast as possible, because we tend to leave without notice and fast.
All right. How should I expect a message?
If it's not one of us screaming, probably an ant.
That pretty much covers our communication.
How? So it'll the ant carry me a letter? How would the ant carry such a letter? Are you using a dog, like a riding ant?
No. What? And just if he hasn't noticed, the ants in my fur. One of them will carry my voice to you.
All right.
So
great.
real-
I'll
so
keep
really,
an eye out for.
It'll be one of us shouting at you either way, but it might be coming from an ant.
All right. You know what? I'll tell you what. No more picking up ants and eating them as I see them for a little while at least.
No, it's okay. They understand the cycle of life.
Oh, well, great. Well, in that case, I can get you upstairs and send you on your way if you like.
Brani, the gloves that you encountered, was it anything like this one? And Zygo will pull out the counterspell glove that he has.
Yeah, that's the one. Almost exactly like that.
This might be asking too much. I do not know your capacity as a smith. Would it be possible for you to improve it?
So here's the thing. I'm a heck of a smith. When it comes to making things that the mother specifically likes, or rather, any kind of weapon or armor that allows the mother's will to be done. That's more my expertise. And I know that sounds a bit abstract, but this thing is
Understood.
not divine. You know what I mean? It's
Understood.
sort of. I didn't come up with this. And the material, I've never seen anything like it anywhere, period. Actually looks sort of a little bit more like. Can I see that dust again?
Certainly.
And can I see the glove? He sprinkles salt-based style some of this moon dust onto the glove.
Just
And then
casually, well, monocle just
Yeah.
big monocle.
flexed. Just
Yeah.
Right. It's funny. It's not exactly the same, but there's similarities for sure. Same coarseness and same packs the same. When I have to make this, I have to scrape off the top layer of whatever's on this glove. It's sort of like molded into just a cloth, right? So I scrape it off and I make a powder, and it's sort of like this powder in this pouch you gave me, but this powder's like darker. And that thing you were saying about something poisonous before, they carried this, the glove rather, in like a sealed container, and everybody backed up away from it. But then they said that there was nothing to worry about and that it had been decontaminated. And I mean, the guy who handed it to me barehanded. It just seemed like everybody around him was afraid of it. I haven't noticed any adverse effects myself. I don't think they were lying about having whatever decontaminated it means, but yeah, whatever's poisonous that you're talking about, I think it had something to do with that glove.
Okay.
Bryony.
That is good to know. I'll take it all back.
Could you improve this? And she points to her armor.
Like your armor that you summon?
Mm-hmm.
So you summon your armor for him?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were not wearing your armor.
Oh! What is that?
It was given to me by the mother, right? Was that?
I mean, you're the mother.
Well,
So
right.
it is literally a piece of you that you are summoning.
It's good.
This is beautiful. I could do something with this. What sort of modification are you looking for?
You just said you're good at things that can channel the mother's power, and that kind of put me thinking a bit.
Right. Well, what's the powers of this at the moment? That you can just summon it at will like that? Is that sort of the primary function of it?
Right. As a bonus action.
Quickly.
It takes about 2 seconds for him to do it.
Quickly.
I have two things I think are coming to the top of my head.
In a 6
Depends
second
whether
period.
what's your style? Do you tend to remain more hidden or you tend to sort of
Sneaking
get in there?
is not my strong suit.
All right. Well, I could try something. It'd be a bit of an experiment, but I think underneath this floor is an aspect of the mother called Venus. It's not all of Venus. Venus is some sort of massive, mystical thing, but there is one of Venus's tendrils. Yes, right, exactly. That bow right there, I crafted using some of Venus's divine power. He's been, he's been helping me to a degree. There's a chance I could infuse it with a bit of Venus's power if you'd so wish me to.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about funneling too much of the mother's magic in it. Does that make sense?
No, but it doesn't make sense. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. I do need something for this to work, though. I need a sacrifice, and not like a living sacrifice or nothing like that. But I need a source of magical power that would be that I can scrap in order to use the raw energy and put it into whatever this thing is. Any sort of thing will do. I do need it to be of a certain capacity, but
What kind of capacity?
any sort of weapon, anything enchanted to break through natural armor. Raw Arcana is fine. It doesn't need to be anything divine.
What does that mean, George? Like
Obviously, if it's something divine, if it's a holy weapon or item, that tends to be even more potent. But if you have like any sort of enchanted weaponry, enchanted armor that I can break down,
Does it need
like
to
my
be wholly specifically for the mother, or just
no, doesn't anything with some power to it, I can reshape.
so my original flower I got is not what you mean, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I think like a magic item that one of us has is what I'm guessing that he could like.
Okay. I don't even know what the frack. I think like one
How
of the
about-
long swords that we made in the thing that I don't use.
How about a stick?
What sort of stick? Oh,
No fucking way.
this is a stick. But there's something else about it.
He's gonna make a religion check right now.
Does he get advantage because I'm right next to him?
Yes. He rolls very good. He looks at you.
Did you believe very strongly for a long time that this item had magical properties when perhaps it didn't originally?
No, I bought a magical stick.
Oh, then never mind. This isn't what I think it is. Never mind. Well, if you bought a magical stick,
I'll just like sort of. It is possible that what you said is more correct.
if that's true, if that were true, which it's not, because you bought a magical stick, right? If that were true, it would be an interesting phenomenon, because that means that you would have literally infused something with magic by willing it so, which is unheard of.
What's happening? Is the stick not good? Is the
No,
stick
the
not
stick's
good?
great. I'll use the stick.
And he takes the stick.
Is this? I'll get rid of this. It's all right.
Stick has the best character arc of any.
Who's this stick?
Nesbitt just goes, I'd offer up a twig, a branch to the mother.
Right then. Let's get to work.
This item will have gone through 3 members of this party and helped every one of us.
He runs his hand across it. It immediately begins to glow with an intense golden sheen. He approaches the fire, dips it inside. It catches on fire immediately.
This'll work fine. Quick, come here, come here.
Me?
We all were.
Nesbitt just
before
runs
me.
forward too.
Now I need you to okay, just stand very still.
He runs behind you. The stick, still burning, blends
Ow.
into the back of the armor, creating sort of just like a backward spine, and then he seems to melt it and crush it in his hand as it moltens. It like becomes molten, and he shapes it as if using the cantrip control fire, literally shaping it into hard, barbarous spines. And then he says a prayer, muttering to himself. And then there is a bursting of light. The whole thing steadies. And as the firelight dies down, there's some smoke that gets filtered up through the little hole in the sun. And Acana is wearing the same armor from before, but it is barbed with wicked-looking thorns and interspersed with little flowers, red and silver.
Dope.
The armor bonus is increased by 1. So your AC increases by 1.
Oh, she's gonna be impossible to hit.
That's okay.
And yet she still gets hit.
I'm really good at getting hit.
And anybody attempting to grapple you will take 1d8 piercing damage.
Let me write this down. Make a note.
Anybody who attempts to grapple you or hold on, wait. grapple or shove you.
Hmm.
1d8
anyone ex-
magical piercing damage.
Fucking hero, baby.
Wow. Stick of the goddamn hero. Did you ever think, George? Did you ever think?
The journey.
From it lying
Additionally-
on that tarp.
So this
Oh,
is where the
sorry.
stick of the hero comes in. Every day, you have after a long rest, it recharges. You have 1d4 that you can add to any roll. But you only have one per day, and it can go to any roll. You can add to it. You
Like
can't
attack,
roll a d4. You can't roll a
save.
d4 and take away from anybody, but you can roll. You can add to your own rolls. Actually, you can add to anybody's roll.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Wow. Once per day. Oh my
1d4
gosh.
per long rest. Let's call it per day, recharging with the dawn.
Okay.
Anyone else
Add
have any
to
armor and magic things they want to make into the
any
dopest
roll?
thing?
Here's the thing. This is part of your divine presence. You do not need to see, hear, or even be aware of the roll you're adding to.
Wow.
Whoa.
You can meta add this roll to anything.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay. I think this already required attunement. So this is now
Stick of the
busted
hero.
magical armor.
Oh, you mean the armor did? Yes.
Stick of the hero.
Stick of the hero.
Stick of the hero did not require
Required
Did
attunement.
require attunement.
That is the funniest attunement I've
That might be
In
some
the
of my
world.
finest work in a good long while. Look at that. That worked out great.
Thorns, rose.
Ronnie, you're incredible.
Thank you. What? You are so
Thank you.
nice.
I'll boomf it back and then give him a hug.
yeah,
Oh,
go to
thank
spiking.
Anything I can. You're another servant to the mother is a friend of mine.
Yes, right, yes.
Anyway, if there's nothing else I can do for you, should we go topside and you just keep me updated?
I mean, there's like a million other things that I want this dude to craft now.
Right?
I'm happy to do anything for you. If you have any coin to spare, it will help if I'm trying to make an exit. It'll help what I can bring with me.
Oh my god, Acana without question gives this guy like I don't know how much gold did I say I brought with me? Probably 1,000. Oh, that's lame. I'll give him 500. How much? Wait, do you know how much it is to print papers?
Like at a printing press, pretty expensive.
I have
Something
some
like
money
I think it's something like
on
5 crowns a page.
me. I have some money on me if you would like me to
Okay.
cover that.
But that's a guess. You know, I could be wrong.
She
I
gives
think
him
sometimes
500.
it depends what you want to print. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gives him 500 gold.
What is this? Oh my! 500
What a
crowns.
fucking payday.
This. What?
It is like
Thank
a little
you for the
prospector
armor.
dance.
I want to make a gold helmet out of this.
We cannot thank you enough for
Of
coming
course,
with us and helping in this.
Fair warning, I can repair anything you got on you, but until I have like a month or two to build a forge, I can't be crafting anything like you've seen before. So if we are leaving, I'm gonna need some more time in between. To make anything divine, that is. If you need something shaped, or just crafted or altered, I can do that, no problem.
First thing first, we save your ladybug. Then we leave. Then we save the world from the forever rain. Then we go to the moon. And then Zaza and you go back to Masengu and take over your whole home island. That's how I see it going.
I like that plan very much.
That's a really bonkers checklist.
Wait, what about the island? I
What?
tuned out.
We will
Oh,
get
don't
to
worry
that
about it,
out.
don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it.
That is a real
I like
fifth
islands.
step.
This
That's
is
like a me and Miss Checkle thing, I think.
That's how I
I've
see
never
it
been.
going.
Nesbitt is locked in.
Zaza, before you leave, he grabs you like, oh wait, by the way,
nothing magical about this, just like you might like it.
He pulls out an old compass made out of a very specific wood that you recognize from Masengu that only grew there.
Aw.
Just something. I noticed you're not wearing anything from home, and if you want to, so to speak, represent the island, it's a nice little pendant I made for. Well, don't worry who I made it for. I just figured you might enjoy it.
But I would enjoy it even more if you told me who you made it for.
You are investigators. You people do not have secrets.
I had a magician friend who didn't make it through the Inquisition. That's all.
Thank you for telling me.
Mhm.
She gives in my heart.
Oh, I just feel like I made 4 best friends.
You
We
did.
really like hugs in this group. I don't know if
Honestly,
you've gotten that from.
I'm a hugger. Hey, I think, as long as everybody's comfortable, that's all.
Group
that
hug! Group hug!
Ah, okay.
Alright,
Yeah,
so-
Ronnie, I will be honest
Oh,
with you.
ants.
You have made 5 best friends today, and I think you will like the 5th person even more.
I'm excited to meet you for the 5th, whoever that is.
We haven't even talked to him about the one who paints armor.
Is that is right?
That's the
What?
6th, yeah.
There are 6, and with the rest of the crew and Emily,
What did
really
you
there
say?
are 7
Somebody
best friends.
paints armor?
You'll meet him.
You dog!
If I had somebody that could paint armor, I would make the craziest guff you've ever seen in your life. If I could get around needing to shape things rather, if I could get around needing to carve materials, it would save me so much time. Can't even tell you.
Ronnie, you're gonna love your life with us.
Change your
I
life.
feel
yes.
like I just hit the lotto.
We hit the lotto.
Same.
Food lotto.
Same.
When there's not enough food in the trough and they make a lottery for who gets the food, I feel like I won that.
Oh,
Oh,
sad.
no.
It's a very sad life for you. That is
Why is it
sad
sad?
thing.
You win food. It's great.
Yeah, 1%. It's the system is rigged against you.
Oh,
You
you're
get
saying
to
because
buy
it's
it.
indicative of a bad system?
That is what
I
I'm saying.
know
Right.
I've heard that argument before. I agree, probably.
Do you think that where we're going in the spine might have a forge?
Say again?
Do you think that where we're going in the spine might have a forge?
Not that I know. I've not spent any time in the Red Spine.
Food for thought. It's possible. I wouldn't
And
put
we
it past
passed
them.
through like the northern, pass there. Those 2 towns on the other side of the river, but that's the most
Right.
I've ever spent in the Red Spine.
It's maybe not impossible, but we'll find out when we're there.
All right. Well, after all of you.
Bryony leads you all to the exit. And you guys get back above where the storm outside still raging.
Can I pick another flower from the garden?
Yeah, before you leave.
Oh,
We-
can I
we
get
s-
a piece of string from Bryony so I can wear my little compass on my neck?
It's actually already got a chain around it, like a little
Oh,
thin
perfect.
silver chain. Non-magical, but it is a nice little piece from home.
Well, who knows if you believe hard enough.
Hard enough.
You can make it real.
A real compass.
Yeah.
There, all of you. Whoops! Why is that not working? Oh, that's. All of you guys get above. Acana is the last person to come up, holding a little red and silver flower in her hand. Bryony waves you all along, and you are all back out on the windy street. The wind has kicked up quite a lot.
As quietly as he can to Acana, but still over the wind, Zygo will just say, that little Tira is going to lose his mind when he figures out exactly what you are. I am very
Yeah.
excited.
What
Yeah,
do you
I know
that-
all do?
Where are
Yeah,
we
it's a
trying to? What
weird-
time is it?
Time of day right now, I believe, is like late evening. So I think we're close to where you guys could head back and retire for the night, and like just have some dinner and turn in for the night.
Acana, are you trying to print anything this evening?
I think it would be good to print. I don't think we should disperse until we're on our way out. Right?
On the off chance that someone tries to check the, how printing presses have sheets and things, in case perhaps we should print closer to when we are trying to leave.
I agree. I still have to figure out what I wanted to say. Also.
Right. Correct.
Where do you guys go as a group, or separately? Do we separate?
Oh, we could get dinner.
Back to the old tavern.
Unless anyone has anything else they want to do.
I think the tavern.
Well, the store's probably closed at night for date night attire. So, dinner. Right?
Okay.
Good.
You guys head back home. Get back into the slightly populated tavern where a couple people are gathered around eating. And there is, as soon as you walk in, you notice that there is somebody waiting for you. On the sort of sitting at a table alone with a smaller ale. It is Oliver, Captain Marin's squire, is waiting for you with his legs sort of kicking above a high chair. Oh, hello everyone. You walk over. Captain Marin requested your presence. She'd like to speak to you.
Here?
No, at her estate. It can wait. It's not urgent, but she did request that I come get you and inform you of the invitation personally, so we didn't leave any, nothing to chance.
Okay. When does she want to stay?
Ideally this evening, but if you'd prefer to wait till the morning, that is fine as well.
No, that's fine.
We are one short. There's no saying if Joe will be back by the morning, but
One of your number is missing?
Yes.
Our coyote, our small coyote, you might have seen her.
No, I don't
Yes.
think she was there for the meeting, was she?
I thought she was, because I wasn't.
She was, yes.
No, she was.
Understood.
She just wasn't a coyote. But
Is
she's
this
Right.
one of your
Oh,
friends
right.
who was you? So
I would not have known that.
you're referring
probably would
one
have
of your
guessed with
number is
her
missing?
key East antics.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who
So do
is-
we all
who
need to
was
be
missing?
there? Or... the kid.
Oh, got it. Okay. Well, if you need somebody to find them, we're more than happy to assist. I can use some resources of the Emporian Guard if you like. Also, it's
Oh.
worth noting he is out of uniform right now. He is not in a blackjack uniform.
I don't want to freak
Probably-
her out.
The
Yeah,
less
I
attention
was
that
gonna
we
say I'm
put on
worried
her.
that if knowing her, if she sees anyone tailing her,
She will.
it might be bad.
Understood. Do you have any idea what might have happened? I can always put the word out, and I can just keep my ears out for any information I hear that I could pass on to you if I have any details. If it's a private matter, I understand, of course, but we just want to help.
Can I insight check this guy?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the squirrels are weird.
This is a
A
mouse.
Oh.
He's a squire.
Uh,
Insane.
eight-
Can I
eight-
also insane?
18.
Yeah, you can insight, absolutely. He
Also 18.
Yeah, he appears like he is being pretty plain speaking.
Okay.
Like it doesn't strike you as a guy who is tense or he's not nervous. He seems like he's very duty driven.
Gotcha. I think probably we just let her make her own choices. She knows to come back.
Very good. Well, in the meantime, I will let Captain Mara know that you'll be here this evening or tomorrow morning. What should I tell him?
Go tonight, right?
Probably, right?
Or,
This
yeah,
evening.
might as well go now. I don't know if we're doing
Okay,
it.
I'll inform the perimeter guards and they'll let you through.
Are you
um,
headed there right now?
Yes, I believe so. I was going to make another stop where your other friends are staying.
Oh, we're all going.
Unless you would only rather it be your group, I don't mean to assume how your group operates. I just figured I would inform everybody who we had already been in contact with.
That seems Nesbitt.
They deserve to know, and it's better for us. I'm not great at explaining what happens in these things.
Perhaps we head there now, and we will meet. You will collect the rest of our group, and we can meet you there.
Can we know the nature of the visit at all?
Captain Marin would like to work out a bit more concrete of a deal based on your arrangement.
Can I roll an insight check?
Mm-hmm.
18 again.
He said that very quick and very confidently. Seems true.
Great. Okay. Yeah, someone shows up at a bar and says, "Come to my house." You gotta check, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fair. All right.
All right. I'll inform the perimeter guard that you'll be there with us. Captain Marin would like to suggest that you don't come in heavily armed. You can bring in some armaments, just make sure they're concealable. We just don't want to make the guards nervous, and we don't want you to make any impressions on the staff that might speak out of turn about heavily armored guests at the captain's residence. You understand? Anything you can disguise that would make you feel comfortable, more than welcome. That enormous crossbow, that is clearly, I mean, I see you've covered it with something, but I can see that the wrought handle, that might not be wise to take with you, that's all.
The Lord giveth a magical crossbow, and the Lord taketh away the
same thing with that enormous axe that appears shining despite its dirtiness.
Oh, I didn't bring my axe, I don't think. I brought my flail.
Flail.
George, I have like chitin armor. Is this too much or?
Armor is fine. I would wear a cloth over it so it's not identifiable. But of course, if you feel protected by your armor, you should wear it.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get there?
I'll give you the directions right now. He writes down some directions for you. It is not in Port Sao, but rather along the border of it. There is like a sloped cove where it's basically like a seaside home built as like a keep. So there's like a fenced-in surrounding, sort of like a big staircase that leads down this cliff to a residence that is low in this cove and up on stilts. He gives you like a little sketch to represent it. And if you see the 3-floor house with the, it's got white paint and then blue accents with a black roof. And then the door will be the typical black and gold.
We can't just travel with him?
You can come with me, of course, yes. Are you ready to go now? I assumed you'd want time to prepare. You all seem a bit, no offense, but a little bit jumpy with the whole...
I think a little bit of food and perhaps not a group of 8 moving towards this house at the same time would be better.
I can meet you at a center point just outside the city limits if you'd like, and we can wait for your group to convene.
Yes, that sounds great.
Sounds good. I will, I'll be along the entrance there. You'll see me on the path. I'll be hard to miss.
Right.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll see you this evening. He pops down off of his chair, finishes takes another sip of the ale, but doesn't finish it, and then flicks a coin on the counter and heads out the door, leaving the 4 of you out in the open. In the middle of this tavern. With that, as our party decides what the next move is, let's take a little break. We'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes. Don't go nowhere.
I set upon the ship at dawn. I wouldn't dare be late. Ability
Hello, everybody. Once again, we are back. We are going to pick up outside. After our party has taken a beat to get a little bit of grub at the tavern that they are staying in, hanging off the edge of the trough over the little bit of Emporian lore that unbelievably I had to come up with kind of recently. What the fucking oceans are named?
Oh.
Colloquially referred to as either the West Sea or the East Sea, they are also referred to as the Setting Sea and the Rising Sea, named after the sun.
Cool.
Nice.
Either means either. I would say like somebody saying like the East Sea is like a more casual way to say it, whereas like yes, if you've gone eastward to the Rising Sea, you know, that sort of thing. It's sort of like a fancier way to say the East Sea. So, hanging over the west or Setting Sea, you guys are walking along the exterior wall of Port Sao on a small footpath, sort of flanked by now quite large waves crashing into rocky cliffs, maybe a couple 100 feet below you. This path is pretty wide. It's not like you're getting vertigo looking over the side. It's like a good 20 feet wide. Sandy with some dune grass blowing flat with how stiff this wind is. Your clothes are whipping in the air. Not only is it very clear that nobody is around you based on like the very sheer rocky face on one side and the ocean on the other, there's only like one way to be on this path. You guys are very carefully like using your blind sight, Zygo, to make sure there's nobody invisible anywhere or anything like that. You're quite confident you have some solitude on this cliffside, and you've got about a mile of walking before you reach the rendezvous point, supposedly where you're going to meet with Henry and the rest of the crew and Oliver, Captain Merritt's assistant.
George, I know that I just realized what I wanted to do. So I guess just for this, I'm going to hide the tendril in like Joey's hidey hole that she had in her room.
Great.
But I'm also going to cast non-detection on it.
Hell yes.
Go.
Hell yes.
So
we flash back to Nesbitt not with his crossbow.
well, I have my crossbow. I've
Your
been
regular
using,
crossbow,
yeah, that I
right.
can hide a little bit easier because this one's a lot beefier.
It also looks ordinary. Like
Yes.
having a crossbow on you is not insane.
Mhm.
George, do I have those 2 mauls for my ancestors, or is that in the room?
That's your call.
You mean on you?
Yeah. Is it too scary if I have it on me?
Your call.
Ah, okay. Should I just have one gang? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know if I should
don't
bring
know
my
what we're
flail or not. She
walking
told me
towards.
not to.
Oh, they explicitly said don't bring it. So then, won't bring it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll leave it.
No problem.
I'll leave my
Bye.
flail as well, and the boat is in her house, right?
It's like in her private dock.
Like right by her house.
Yes. You're going to your boat and to
Right.
her estate.
Okay.
So this would also be a chance to go check your boat. If you need anything on there.
I'm gonna. God, I don't know what we're going up against, or what this is about to be.
So we're not walking anymore, right? We're just kind of like.
I'm gonna, as we get
Walking.
closer, I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability at 5th level to get all of us.
Wow.
And I'm gonna give us all advantage on charisma checks for the next one,
Good call.
Ooh.
just in case any one of us decides to say anything.
Oh, I definitely brought my dress. I would wear my beautiful dress.
Okay. In the your dress is whipping in the wind. Yeah, like rippling behind you. Zaza, you go like you alternate between looking like the most like rippling fur, perfect hair swoop, perfect dress behind you to you turn around like to see like where everybody is and everything like blows back on you. It just keeps oscillating between those two. And you guys eventually, unless there's anything else anybody wants to say while you have the solitude, make your way back down, all the way down this sloping cliffside to where suddenly, like, there's some on your left stone that kind of arises. You're sort of in a little crevice. You have a moment of like, could there be anybody on that rock? But then you realize that you had a clear view of that rock as you were coming down the hill, and there was nobody there. Like, could there be somebody like above us? But that gets like you reason that's probably not likely. We're fine. Everybody, go ahead and make a quick perception check just in case, because maybe you guys are feeling a little paranoid at the change in.
I wouldn't even
Dirty
be able to
20.
see that rock.
Nat 20?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Not 15.
Yeah. All you guys
And
hear
also,
is,
I would want to say something while we are still alone.
26.
26. Nesbitt, confident that there's nobody around.
Okay. Goodness.
What do you guys think about asking her to get the ladybug as our favor?
Ooh.
Or do we think we should save it for something better?
Well, we were pretty stumped when she offered, right?
It could
might
just be safe passage for us out of the city too, right? Was that?
Well, I think she wants to give us safe passage regardless.
That is not a bad idea. It would certainly save us the headache of trying to go get it, as fun as that might be.
I love it.
Is there anything else that we should be asking for?
Got
Or that
money.
Joey would want us to ask for?
Well,
Also, so
Joey
that's
wants
had
to
the
sell
box
horse
nails on the
legs,
platform?
yeah.
Yeah.
We all just go, but no.
or a snail's head on the plate.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. That was the box nails.
Acana, I think that's a brilliant idea. Get the ladybug back.
And maybe we could even, I don't know if we could ask them to, like distribute some of the papers we print as well. I don't know if that's,
Is that
Probably
pushing
not.
it.
Is that
Yeah.
might be too much?
Okay.
All
And to
the way
talk
down the
about.
path, Oliver is waiting for you, already surrounded by Henry Vandergelder, the porcupine boomer. Let's remind everybody of who we have here.
Let me grab my DM note.
My DM notes, because I had to write it down. We've got, just so everybody remembers, we have the mole with the very had like a weird home life, and
Seth.
is happy, like clearly like 16ish years old, and sort of like we have Seth Porter. He is really excited to be here. Tick and Talk are just chilling down over there with Henry. Then there is, of course, Fritz Booman, who has been convinced begrudgingly to work with you and maybe outfits the deck with some guns. And then Henry is also waiting there. And so is Curly, but he's in a big poncho because it's raining, so he's wearing a potato sack, but like a little mask cut out, so he looks like a potato sack ghost.
I love him.
6 of them, 4 of us, 10 of us in total. Okay,
Yeah, you're going in 10 strong.
good.
Eh.
Just to know in
We're
case
going in like
something happens.
6 3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get numbers.
Hello, everyone. Sorry about the weather, obviously. That is the whole point of why we're meeting tonight. Everybody get here okay?
That sounded
Great.
so fucking normal. I thought you were just talking.
I-
You just, like,
it
flipped
felt
it.
like, "Hello, welcome to
Yeah, I was
Hero
like, what? Right.
We haven't even begun yet. You're all having a stroke.
6 o'clock.
It's 6 p.m. PST.
Yeah.
Just if you like to all follow me, the estate's just around the corner, just in about another half a mile, and then we can get everything going. Everybody have you won't need your papers as you walk in. We've had you already clocked in with the guard. Thank you for not bringing your more obvious accoutrement, and we'll get you warmed up. And if anybody would like any replacement clothes, because if I know it's starting to rain a little bit, we can get that taken care of for you. Is there anything else I should know before I take care of you and bring you to Captain Merritt?
I think Curly has a gluten allergy, but other than that,
No, I thought it was wheat, but it turns out I was eating the same poisonous berries for like 7 weeks and just kept thinking
Oh.
bread because as much as I tried not to eat that bread, I just kept eating it. So I just kept saying, "Oh, girly." No, I was
Makes you
eating-
wonder,
I was
like, how
food
many
poisoning
people-
myself every day for 7 weeks.
Oh God.
I do have a question. Where is the bathroom?
I would also like to know that. I stopped eating the berries yesterday. Well, the bathroom would be in the estate, unless you, of course, like to use nature's bathroom. That is obviously fine. There's plenty of rocky outcroppings you can hide behind outside. After me, and he leads you all down the path. Henry backs up on you guys, letting the other four kind of trudge behind Oliver. Is everybody very nervous about this? We're just walking to this Armada captain's house.
That is not lost on me.
It feels like
Don't bring your weapons.
She's trying to help us.
well,
Is she?
I think. Look, I know a trap. I've seen traps before. The thing is, I don't think these are the type to play with their food. They could have had us long ago. If anything, it seems as though they're protecting themselves from us if we were to be non-compliant. But
Reasonable interpretation.
I don't like it either. But we've done more with less.
Is Joey not here?
We have not seen her for a couple of hours, I believe.
I'm starting to get worried.
She hasn't been in contact with us.
But sometimes us worrying about Joey ends up causing more issues.
She does have Sven with her, which gives me a little bit more,
Right, there's an
True.
adult there.
Well. All right, I'm not going to argue this. The 6-year-old boy being an adult is just going to have to be a thing we disagree on. Let us catch up to Seth. I think he is talking Oliver's ear off. So I came here and I was thinking, port sow. First thing I want to do, of course, try that famous port sow pudding. Because everybody talks about, if you get the desserts of port sow, everybody talks about how, it Brexit is too dry, the climate's too dry, so it doesn't bake right. But if you get a port sow pudding and you saturate it, I've been really, getting into that. Oliver looks like he wants to throw himself off the cliff. He's just, staring ahead. Finally, you guys breach to, these black gates that are kind of thunk, 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 thunk. Iron poles pounded into the stone, creating an exterior, a staircase that has been hewn out of the rock itself and polished, and then 2 Emporian guards who stand at attention as Oliver comes around the corner, salute, open the gate for all of you, and you traipse down to a lantern-lit path, the ocean spray still whipping and causing an of the lanterns as you are walking past them all, descending down to a weather-beaten house, white but eroded to look really rough from the outside, seemingly not. You don't see wood paneling. It almost appears like Grecian clay, like a sheer white house. You don't see beams of wood. Black roof that appears maybe even a little reflective from a little bit of the light that is cast from these lanterns, and another rickety-looking staircase that leads up to a very nice deck, where more Emporian guards await you as you ascend the stairs. Wait outside. The Emporian guards give you all kind of a once-over. Oliver gives them a nod. They step aside.
Do we see our boat?
What's that?
Do we see our boat?
You get around this deck and look around the other side of the house, and you see about a couple hundred feet out, closer towards the ocean, where it's deep enough for the boat to be, is the colony floating there. unharmed. Everything looks in place. The sail is furled up. And you guys make your way inside. Oliver does turn to all of you. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Captain Marin's Ocean Chateau. If there's anything I can get you, please let me know. In the meantime, please take off your shoes, and we'll be with you in a moment. You can wait for her in the in the the sitting room.
In the bathroom? I'm sorry. I'm so
Speaking of shitting room.
Is the water closet is just around the corner there to the left.
Great, thank you.
It's less than glamorous. We do live sort of on the ocean, so the plumbing is improvised.
Thank you. Thank you.
The hole in the floor.
The decoration of this house, to give everybody kind of like an idea, is like if you took a really nice cottage on like Martha's Vineyard or like Cape Cod and like made it 3 stories with a spiral staircase going up through the center of it, 3 separate levels. The decor in here, where like the floor you're on, all you're seeing is like an outer rear deck that wraps a wraparound deck rather. Windowed doors that are really beautiful, let you see out onto the raging storm, but cut the noise out like really nice. A fireplace, big dining room table, and an open kitchen, all open with little plants hanging all over the place. There's also a big, rather than like an aquarium, a huge ant farm is on the wall. So like just little ants are just like doing all their little ant colony things in like an open case. Yeah, you guys all settle in. Anything in particular you want to do? Natasha, you want to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
You walk around the corner, you open up this little room. It is a tiny little bucket of a toilet, and you just have to trust that wherever this is going, it's going somewhere else. But you're not there to do that anyway, so...
You don't know.
Great.
I don't know.
Yeah, actually,
Zaza
Zaza
takes a
doesn't have
shit
to
and then
go.
casts augury.
Yeah, cast augury.
Okay. It is a beautiful sunshiny day in what was otherwise like a pretty horrifying, dark, scary landscape before. But you see Gizzy, your uncle, bust open the door before you even get there. And as you are coming up the hill, he holds his arms out. I'm so freaking proud of you. Come here.
Oh man, brother!
You ate that thing without even thinking about it. It was your first instinct, and I'm just in awe of you. You make me proud. You make me proud to be a Checo.
Gizzy, I can't tell you how scary you look in person. You are terrifying on the other side.
Because I'm tall and I'm, you didn't know you had a little wolf in you, did you?
I had no idea. No one talked about you.
Yeah, they know. None of them do. They still don't.
Well,
That's sort of a secret.
I got you those cool weapons. Do you like them?
Very nice. Really
Okay.
dig it.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
And I've been loving walking along in the real world again. And good to see Ezzy. She didn't like me very much in life. We've kind of gotten cool. It's been fun.
Yeah, I'm glad. And you guys were water skiing. Like, I feel like that was a really good bonding.
I've never done that before. I got to experience something new.
That's incredible. Okay, look. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we're kind of at this Armada captain's boathouse right now.
Yeah, talk to me.
Yeah. And so, there's a
Let's
lot of
hash this
stuff.
out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff up in the air, and I'm just wondering, I don't have to ask you yes or no, right? Because you're not a mummy right now.
Nah, let's spitball it.
Okay. So yeah, we're at this captain's house. The gang is kind of like, oh, are we really going to this captain's house without our weapons? Like she asked. And so, my go-to question is, like, what is the best way to survive this situation and protect my friends? Because you gave me good advice last time
I
about
don't detect anything particularly dangerous in this situation for all of you coming up.
Great.
I think maybe you can put your minds at ease a bit.
Great.
don't take my word at 100%. There are forces that can trick even me.
Okay.
But I don't feel anything personally.
Okay. Is there okay. Oh. Question. Was gonna be my third question, but I'm gonna use that as my second question.
It doesn't
What's
make
up
a difference.
What's up with this mafia? Huh?
A mafia. An organized criminal ring. Yeah, I remember something like that in Port Sao. Something about they do something with Gillish goods underneath the city, and they use Gillish trade routes in secret, that sort of thing. They
Okay, I
mean
was
business.
thinking
You don't mess with the Port Sao. I can't remember their name for the life of me. It's almost like I can't remember it.
Oh. Okay.
Or like I can't, like I can know things being like this, but I can't know what it's called. Very strange.
But it would be pretty cool if I went down there, right? Because
It'd be pretty cool. I bet you can find some great stuff to eat down there.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I want to know about that. And then I guess oh. I don't really have any questions about him though. Okay, large question.
Large answer.
We're thinking, you know, not we, but maybe the royal we and like the collective we. I don't know if you know, but Boris Niles kind of had a thing for me. Or was at least charmed. I know.
Do you want to know if he had a thing for you? Is that your third question?
Oh. I guess that wouldn't be good because I was going to ask you the plan. Because, yes.
All right. So,
Yeah.
this is an uncomfortable thing to have to discuss.
Why? You're my uncle.
I know. I wish you hadn't asked me this question. But as I am honor-bound as a spirit to tell you the answer, you've trapped us in this situation, and now here comes the information that you've asked for. Boris Niles is not in love with you.
Okay.
He
We've been
was
on 1 day.
taken with your strength when he encountered you, and you did disarm him. Given that you are wanted, I don't think that he would be quick to forgive you, but it isn't impossible that your past experience could, your past experience could, factor into it.
So you think it's cool how strong and independent I am?
Yeah, do you want me to tell you the truth and just say, like, he was kind of intimidated by, like, your raw energy?
He was?
Yeah.
No, wait, is that the truth?
Yes, that is the truth.
Cool.
Yeah, he's intimidated by you, but that doesn't mean he's, like, afraid of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
you engaged with him, and
Yep.
he's not used to people engaging with him,
Uh-huh.
and that disarmed him.
Cool. That's very helpful.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, let's be clear. A little tidbit for free. That guy is insane. Don't think he is somebody that you're gonna, be buddies with. All right?
Yeah.
Let's have standards as Czechos. Let's have standards.
Yes, I have standards. Oh my
Let's have
god.
standards.
Oh my god, stop judging me.
I don't know. Your curiosity just made me
judging me?
concerned. Your curiosity made me concerned for you. That's all.
It's for the greater good. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, if it's for the greater good, do whatever you gotta do, right? I mean, like, if it's
Okay.
for the greater good, you gotta sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice your
I'm a mummy
pride.
lord. I'm a
You're a
mummy
mummy
lord.
lord. Who am I to tell you
Oh
what
my
to
god.
do? You're a mummy lord. I'm so proud of you. I think you went in the bathroom for a very long time. You should probably get going.
Oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm sensing that, something's about to happen out there.
Fine. Okay. Bye. Love
Okay,
you.
bye.
Yeah.
You're in the bathroom. Meanwhile, outside, everybody kind of sits down on these big couches. waiting for an empty armchair to be filled by Captain Marin.
Nesbitt is probably not sitting down. He's probably just like face to glass of the ant farm.
You're like just at the ant farm.
Yeah, just like.
my God.
Roll. No. The ants in your fur like poke out of your cheek fur a little bit, and like little antennae are waving, and then the ants stop in the glass and wave back.
Yeah, I haven't cast like Speak with Animals. Nesbitt has learned, but like he's just.
The ants in the case continue along their trajectory, but also whenever they pass like where your eyes are and your ants are saying hi to, they pause and acknowledge before continuing on.
Nesbitt acknowledges every single one of them.
Zaza comes back in from the bathroom,
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
and Oliver comes back down the staircase.
What?
Curly's like, okay, great, I gotta blow that thing up. And he runs over to the bathroom, takes care of his business for a second. After
Curly.
Curly returns a couple minutes later,
Curly.
looking a little bit empty, Oliver comes down the stairs. Everyone, Captain Marin, everybody. Captain Marin comes down the staircase, dressed in like casual blackjack attire, like loosened buttons and coat, no badges patched onto her chest, which would normally be there as a captain. Looks like kind of like she got home from work and like took off everything that was uncomfortable and just like leaving it on because it's cold.
Like her bra.
She is a pigeon. To remind everyone,
You got those weird eyes.
her eyes are still wide with like looking at everybody in her periphery. She takes out a long corncob pipe and starts smoking out the window like an old sailor. Thank you all for being here. First of all, nice to meet all of you. I know I haven't met the rest of you. Nice to meet your acquaintance. Thank you.
A pleasure.
I figured since we have come to amenable relations, it would be a good idea to hammer out some of the specifics of what we discussed briefly. I want to help. I think when I approached you earlier, I was unsure of how you would be. I've done some discussing, and I think you're people I can work with in the long term. And therefore, I would like to extend to you an additional favor. As a show of good faith, I recognize that the uniform that I wear is difficult to trust. So let me do something for you so we can kibosh all that. So I basically come here to ask you to name it.
We would like you to take Rudy Smith's ladybug and give it to us.
Rudy Smith the Smith. He has a ladybug that you want?
Mm-hmm. It's kept in a cage in his office, locked up.
So you want me to steal a man's pet?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not his pet.
Okay. Is this a pet he stole?
Yes.
Bizarre. You know who I am. I can do anything. You want me to steal a ladybug from an office? Listen, I'm not judging. That's what I just expected from a much bigger ass.
Adventurers in the world. It's like you can do anything you want, and our only goal is
You
like
have 3
I don't know.
wishes.
I love a bug.
We had something else. I said something
We've
else.
had things
Well,
go
well,
wrong so many times. We're like, can you just do this?
Yeah,
and
Nesbitt
like,
just
then
turns-
If that is
Simple
what
as
you want,
fair.
I can send 2 guards over now.
Well, Nesbitt just turns around and goes, "It's what we know we can get. We've been promised a lot before, and the truth is we would like safety from Boris Niles, but we know that you cannot give that, can you?"
Short of Boris Niles being dead, there is no safety from Boris Niles.
Exactly. And you're not going to do that. so it's not anything.
What about...
I won't kill him. But if you want me to engineer a situation where that might be possible, I can assist.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last time too.
Mhm,
She had brought that
potentially.
up.
Listen,
Guys,
let's
do you
be
think the
very
bug
clear.
thing
Hold on.
is-
Before we
I
say
think it's
anything further. What happened?
Nothing. I thought that was funny.
Oh. Let us understand that to proceed further with this discussion is to engage in full-blown treason. If this were to get out, we would all be executed in public. There would be no trial. They would come for us at night. You understand this cannot leave this room.
There's a lot about us that we don't share with people, so we're good at keeping stuff to ourselves.
I would love to scan our crew,
Mm-hmm.
especially our newer members of our crew, just to try and get reads on faces right now.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah. Can I also? I have insight if that makes it better.
That's going to be a 19.
Okay.
I'll take my roll. It was a 10.
10. 19. You feel heartbeats, Zygo, since you're not able to really like read the intricacies of their faces.
I'll take heart.
Seth Porter is starts beating quick, but it's like out of like adrenaline,
Mhm.
an adventure.
He's
That's right.
16. That-
Yes. Tick and talk, no change. They are not paying attention. They are both. If Nesbitt is still at the ant farm, they are now both on either side of Nesbitt.
Well, Nesbitt turned. Yeah, he's standing
Nesbitt's
by
back.
it, but
Tick and
he's
talk
turned
are
around.
staring at the ant farm.
Gotcha.
Fritz Booman is anxiety. He's feeling anxiety about this. Henry is feeling intense focus and really wants to hear about this. And you feel Henry like get excited by that kind of that prospect of like we could be rid of the person who is we are most afeared of on our tail. That's something he's interested in. Curly
Oh, Curly. Yeah.
really wants to go to bed. He feels like shit.
Great. Thanks, Curly.
Oh, he's got the runs?
Follow up on that.
What?
He's got the
Yeah,
runs.
still those berries are
He
not sitting well.
Berries.
stopped the diet yesterday. He's finally figured out it's the berries, and he needs to fucking
Yeah.
relax.
The only other thing on top of that I would want to sort of pay credence to, am I roughly within 30 feet of everyone in this room?
Mhm.
I remember that the masked assassins can look like anyone.
Mhm.
Would blind sight allow me to know if someone is not who they appear to be in this room currently?
If there was an illusion spell, I will allow you to make an investigation check on somebody with blind sight giving you advantage.
Can I sort of do like, as I scan heartbeats, for the ones that seemed to quicken, can I investigate those ones?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage. General investigation check.
There we go. 23.
Everyone is as they appear to be.
Great. Cool. Cool. Zygo will then say out loud, I guess, in the direction of. You said Seth Porter wasn't the one who was feeling anxiety; it was the other guy,
Fritz
right?
Booman,
Fritz.
the armadillo.
Sort of in Fritz's direction, but to the room. Nothing that has been said here yet is grounds for anything, just speculation. If there is anyone in this room who does not feel that they would like to continue moving forward with this conversation, I feel they are able to leave now.
Fritz gets up. Less I knows the better.
We still have a deal, but not if this goes through. Just to be clear, I did not sign up to be a part of an assassination of an Emporian Armada officer. He sort of, in disbelief, walks out.
Bad vibes, huh? Weird.
Before he leaves, he, understanding the situation, turns back. I will say nothing, of course. Anybody want to make an insight check on that?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Deciding whether or not we're gonna have to kill this
Yeah.
guy.
Hurry, bud.
16.
13.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. 7.
17.
Nesbitt, you especially catch that he is more afraid of all of you than anything
He-
else.
he
And
doesn't-
he's not gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, he doesn't know the. He wouldn't be saying that if. And Nesbitt allows him to leave and says he wouldn't be saying that if he actually knew who he was.
Right, I think it is safe to assume that those of us left in this room will say nothing.
And look, getting the ladybug can be like part of a favor since it's so easy.
Do you have access to raw materials? Something pliable but sturdy?
I can talk to the blacksmith if you'd like.
Rudy?
Perhaps I can purchase something from him for you while I retrieve your ladybug.
It is a little bit of insult to injury, but I am not entirely
What sort of
against
material
that.
you're looking for? Basic steel?
If there was something that is more mobile than that.
I'm not a smith expert. I wouldn't know what to ask for.
Think unique, like a bug armor or
I know of that there is a project being worked on by Mr. Smith. I don't know the nature of the project, but I know Boris is heavily involved.
yeah.
Perhaps a copy of those blueprints?
I can get you that. That's a big one, but I can do that.
Side note, do we need the blueprints? Because wouldn't Briny know?
Ronnie
he's
might
this-
know, right? Because
He designed it.
he
he's
designed
been
it
making
ostensibly.
them.
Or is this the thing that he sort of has not been involved with as much? George, because I know he was saying that like he'd taken
Hard
a little
to
bit
know
of
without knowing more details about whatever this operation is.
I think there's no harm in getting the blueprints if she can.
Yeah, but he can't make it. He needs Briny to make it.
All I know is that the code name for the operation is Iron Shell.
Oh, isn't that what he made for him already?
Probably.
And George, just so I know, so you said additional. Is this we're getting? Just so I know what we're talking about. Is it like we're getting 2 favors, or we're asking for like? Is it like just 1 favor, or are
We're
we just
getting-
negotiating things?
You're getting one. She wants to offer you something for free
Okay.
right
In
now,
addition.
as a show of good faith.
Okay. In addition to.
In addition to you going to the Red Spy and delivering the message and trying to figure out what's going on with the storm.
Mhm.
And then maybe then she could orchestrate the Boris Niles thing.
Oh.
If we want that to be.
Nesbitt, I'll just kind of zoning out during the rest of the conversation once the Boris thing was brought up, and then like quickly veered off. Just looks at her. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us to kill Boris Niles?
Hard to say, right? On one hand, he's an incredibly bad man who deserves death 100 times over. On the other hand, he is the single scariest duelist and combatant I've ever seen. He is up there with some of the most famous captains in Emporia's history, with his proficiency. He's also one of the shrewdest investigators I've ever met, and is not one easily tricked. So if I'm going to do this and rid the Emporian Armada of this monster, which was my entire impetus for doing what I've done so far, I have one chance, and yes, you might be my best chance to do it. But also, if I can survive as I have been and doing small good in a hidden way, and that's what my fate is to be, I have no illusions of grandeur in trying to achieve some massive, horrifying objective that could go completely wrong and ruin everything I've done and backfire 10 times over. So if you are confident and you want to do this, I will support you in every way I can, because it will be my last chance to do it. My first and last. And if it fails, I'm surely dead, because he'll find out I had something to do with it.
And if we succeed, who will you blame?
Who cares? Do you know who comes asking questions when Boris Niles dies? The Duke of Clams or something. Some stupid noble in a high position of power that arbitrarily has oversight of his office will hold an inquiry. I will hold it. I will fabricate whatever report I want. They will take it at a moment's notice. Every bit of his research and everything he contributed will still be intact, and they will have lost nothing but another body. And they'll fill him with another monster. But at least that monster I'll be ahead of.
Then why don't you fight?
Because if I wasn't where I am, somebody horrible would be. And the power that I have is too much for one person. And they could do a lot of horrible things to the people of the city. I enforce taxes. Other captains propose initiatives. You see what I'm saying? I keep things where they are and do secret improvements and sabotage bad things, to put it very simply. Because if I act, I'll be removed.
The second Nesbitt was still in all seriousness, but Nesbitt, the second he heard taxes, looks to Zygo.
Henry goes, money the government uses to fund things, sometimes good, sometimes bad, really depends.
Foley just like actually wanting to know like what the if that is a good reason or bad reason.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad, depends who's taking them and for what reason, etc. Blah 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 blah.
For a city like this, especially with a higher upper cost, depending on how the taxes are levied, it is a complicated
Most
issue.
likely
But
bad. In
for the
Port
most
most
part,
likely bad. In Salzado, I heard they have a pretty progressive model, does very well for them. But no, yeah, Port South, not good.
Okay. Thank you.
So it's up to you, really. I know that your other friend, who is not here, I see, Oliver let me know, was keen on the idea. I see that they are not with you today.
in terms of the timing of this, would it be after we return from the peaks, before we were to leave? If we return from the peaks?
If you return from the peaks. My question is this, how do you plan on getting there? I can escort you via Beetle. I can send like a few soldiers with you and, you know,
I
sends you skyward, unless there's a faster way of travel that you have available to you that I am unaware of. I know that you are all very powerful, and I've heard some rumors.
I believe I can get us there faster than you can. And I think if you are to maintain your station and your secrecy, the less amount of your hand in this that anyone would see is for the better.
Very good.
But we would obviously appreciate safe exit out. I think we both would.
Oh, goes without saying, I will take care of that for you, even if I have to send a boat with you and we have to stage something. It should be pretty easy. Nobody gives boats a second look if they're not instructed to by me, you know? Okay.
And to be very clear, while our other friend isn't here, we all hate Boris.
You would be wise to.
We wish to see him dead. She has certainly the most personal ties to. But we all share that objective.
Well, a first favor. Is that it?
Blueprints in the bug? Or do we want the bug right before we're leaving?
All of it.
I can inquire about the blueprints. Boris will certainly follow up with me if I do. There's a chance I can play that off. The bug, again. I have never been asked a simpler task. I'll say it has the froth or something like that, and we'll take it right away.
I think we do as little as we can to tip any hand towards the captain or our involvement in this. Why not play our cards closer to our chest for the time being?
So what is the ask? I'll get everybody right on it.
Are we all in agreement of the bug? It feels very small, but I don't know what else we would
Perhaps
do.
the bug for now, and the promise that you will set up a scenario for us when we return.
Done. I'll retrieve the ladybug for you by tomorrow. Oliver, would you just send 2 soldiers over? Let's take care of this now. Send Rudy a message to meet me at my office tonight for an emergency meeting. I'll ask him to... We'll just audit the inventory that he has right now, and then after we get through that, he will... let's go ahead and file a report with the local Armada force, and we'll just say a ladybug with the froth escaped, etc. Of course, you're right there. He quick scuttles off the stool, and he starts organizing. YouTube private, would you please come with me? And he organizes like a couple of things with them in the corner and sets them about on the task.
We could never.
Yeah, no. One other thing, if it is not too much trouble, would you be able to deliver a letter outside of the city to somewhere in Emporia?
I can send a carrier.
I would appreciate that. I would need pen and parchment first.
Oh, do you need someone to write it for you, or?
Acana, if you do not mind.
What do you write?
It's a letter dictated to my family. It's just like something along the lines of like, "Hi, I know we haven't checked in a while. I'm well. No need to be worried. If any news of me has reached you, please know I am fine, and the best thing that you can do is not interact with this. If any soldiers or military or anything of that nature comes calling, please feel free to tell them anything you want or anything you know. Comply as much as you can. I hope nothing like this will come to you, but be aware and know that I love you."
Acana draws a little heart next to it.
Right, perfect. A thing Zygo would never do.
Where is this going to be sent?
Zaza, please. The residence, the Goldtail residence.
Understood. She puts it in like a little bin, and which is like, you know, just off to the side. It's like office papers, it looks like. I'll have that sent first thing in the morning. If there's nothing else, everyone, thank you for being here. I will begin thinking about the best way to go about the secondary objective of our arrangement.
Quick question. What is the Emporian guard and, you know, papers, whatever, what are they saying is the cause of the storm?
They're not acknowledging. Most I've seen about it in any memos or reports are due to the strange weather. That's the only acknowledgement I've seen that anything's happening. But, you know, we're coming up on days and days and days. I think we're at several weeks now.
Do you know actually if there's any information about that we could get in regards to the last forever rains?
Not my area of specialty, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Never was much one for history. I'm focused very much on what's happening in the moment. And her bulging pigeon eyes like emphasize that fact as she like swivels really quick.
If that is all we are discussing tonight, this is probably out of an abundance of caution, but for your sake as well as ours, it seems best if we are not seen leaving this place as a group. It is a large group. I have a means of taking care of that, but we would need somewhere private that we could all go to in this home just for a minute or so.
You're welcome to the second floor.
Thank you. Unless anyone has something else that they would like to say.
I have a question. Our ship. Might we bus out there and swap some things in our inventory? Of course, I can send a dinghy right now if you'd like. Thank you, very good. I'll take you up on that if that's all right.
Yeah, I definitely want to go there before we leave the city.
Head over together.
A dinghy will not be necessary, but thank you. I can get us there.
All right. Less questions, the better. I will retreat to the top floor. Oliver, would you mind accompanying me to my study? I have some notes I'd like you to take. I have some dictation I'd like to go through if you don't mind. Of course, Mom. He pulls out pen, like scroll and paper, and like makes a little heading. I'll go wait for you upstairs. Everybody else? And he gives you a and then heads up the spiral staircase. Marin also feel free to show yourself out. The guards, if you wouldn't mind, if they decide to leave, just make sure we send them out hospitably, and keep the perimeter extra clear for the next hour or so, if you wouldn't mind. All right. Everyone else? She follows upstairs.
Captain, is there anything else you need while we are here, or are you ready to depart?
No, as long as everything gets ready on the ship and the ship is okay. I'll do whatever you say, Zygo.
Alright. Everyone gather around if you would be so kind.
Have we done all the business on the ship?
Sorry?
Have we done, like, has everyone done their business on the ship?
No, we haven't left the house yet,
Okay,
but
cool.
I'm gonna let you do that in a second. Zygo starts. Alright. We are going out into a storm, so keep your wits about you and try to keep your heading as straight as possible. Go wherever you need to go, then return to where you are sleeping for the night. We will split from here. But if you need anything, it should be easy enough for us to contact each other. And as Zygo starts consulting star charts and casting his magic, on the 10 of us that are here, which is how many people this spell accounts for,
Whoa.
he's going to cast Windwalk.
Okay. What does Windwalk do? Go ahead.
Windwalk, you and 10 willing creatures you can see within range assume a gaseous form for the duration, which is 8 hours, appearing as wisps of cloud. While in this cloud form, a creature has a flying speed of 300 feet and has resistance to damage from non-magical weapons. The only actions a creature can take in this form are to dash or revert to its normal form, which takes a minute. But at any point in time over the next 8 hours, they can go back and forth in the cloud form. It just takes a minute to switch either way.
All the clouds start freaking out, and then everybody gets back into their regular form, like, oh my god, I was a cloud. I'm a cloud again. It's like,
Do not abuse this and do not let anybody see you transform. This will get us safely out of here, safely to the boats, and hopefully back to our residences.
Henry like partially reconstitutes, like just his like bottom half of his mouth to be like, follow me everyone, we'll be fine, get what you need, and then we'll be off. And Henry floats out the window, fully taking it in stride. Hesitantly the others follow, and they wisp off into the air.
Is there anything anyone else needs? Or if not, I will meet you back at the hotel.
I definitely need to go to the boat to get some weapons.
Right.
Is this how we're gonna get to the mountains, Zygo?
It's one option. I have one other.
The seas are being patrolled. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't really have much to do. But I'm gonna go fly around for a while. And Nesbitt
I'm
just...
going to see if I can find Joey. And I will also poof and start off.
Oh, Nesbitt hears that and will follow, actually.
Great.
Okay, great. Hannah,
Yes.
what does Zaza do?
Hannah or Zaza?
Yeah, Hannah, what does Zaza do?
Yeah.
What does Zaza do? And then I want, because Acana's going to the boat. What is Zaza gonna do?
Well, all my weapons are on the boat too.
Great. So Zaza and Acana float off towards the boat, while Nesbitt and Zygo float back off towards the city. Let's go to
That spell.
first on the boat.
Group of 10 leaving here looks fucking weird.
It's true. Now we're just clouds in a storm.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who would look
On
twice?
the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Zaza and Acana, you gaseously reform on the boat, just as Henry and a couple of others have taken some like food stores out of the main hold. And Henry gives you a nod. Right, be in touch, everyone. Be safe. What a weird ride, right? And he just turns into a gaseous cloud, followed by Seth Porter and Tick and Taku. Let's do it, ready? and poof into gas, which they've clearly been practicing.
Their fucking dream.
And Curly goes, this did wonders for my digestive tract. I don't feel any discomfort. And he floats away.
Oh, Curly.
You are on the boat alone now. Except
I wanna...
for falling from the mast, Charlie schlorps down onto the center deck and just
Oh,
like
hi,
lands
Charlie.
on Zaza's foot.
Oh. Okay. Can I? You know what? I want to teach him to do an attack.
Make an animal handling check.
That's just like what Zaza is like. He would be actually a good attack snail.
Holy shit.
19. A slug.
What do you try to teach him?
I try to teach him because he just got to my foot so quickly. I want him to be able to bite someone's foot if they come onto the foot.
You like spend a lot of time like dictating that to him. 19's good enough that you keep yelling that, and he eventually goes, and then puts his mouth on your foot, and his toothless mouth gently like just harmlessly like sucks on your ankle.
Surefire way to kill this slug.
and then looks up like, did I do good? And is like, opens mouth for treat.
Yes. Good. That's how you train. Good. We'll keep working on it. Good. Okay. Yes. Okay. No more. Done. No more. She walks away. No more.
He slowly follows after you, but it takes him a long time, so you easily get away from him.
Can I make any checks to see if anyone did anything to the boat while we were gone?
Make an investigation check.
3.
Everything looks in place. Zaza,
bet
would you
it
like to do
does.
so as well? You guys can make these checks together.
Yeah. You said insight?
Investigation.
Investigation, my favorite. Okay. Oh. 1.
Botch. Okay. Yeah, everything looks in place.
Shoot.
Okay. Well, I go and I get my axe. And I'll get 500 more gold.
Got it. Yeah, go ahead and update your inventory with that. Zaza, anything else you want to grab?
Are we not able to access the forest right now?
No, you are. You can go inside and go within.
Yeah, I want to go.
Nesbitt a long time ago gave you guys permission to enter this hold as was, which he needed to do in order to do that.
Okay, so then I'll go into the forest quickly.
Okay. Into the forest you go. Close the door. The forest is there. What do you do?
Hey!
Acana, are you with him? Or are you with her?
Sure.
Great.
How are you doing? Are you okay? Is everything okay?
Zaza,
Yes.
you are back. Is there something we can help you with?
Yeah, we checked around and nothing seemed amiss on the boat. I was wondering, did you notice anyone get on here?
Yes, soldiers roamed the deck. We came to port, and they immediately took us to this place. We were concerned until we felt that the captain was aware of our situation, and so we forestalled our escape and await further instruction.
Okay. So you don't think anyone touched our stuff?
Many aboard tried the door to this room many a time, but we held it strong.
That's why I love you. Okay, thank you.
We also are attached to you.
Such good people, man. Gets out of there.
Canna will
Welcome to
just
do,
do a
like,
little bow.
The Janet
Say,
from A Good
"Thank you."
Place. Not a people.
Uh,
Not a girl,
Um,
not a robot.
you guys gather your stuff, poofing off the deck and heading back after you've concluded your business there. Nesbitt and Zygo, where do you go?
I'm probably following Nesbitt because I only have 30 feet of vision. So I'm probably gonna just hold tight to him and help him if he's trying to make any checks.
I guess I'll just for like posterity, because Nesbitt wants to, because this lasts for 8 hours. He's gonna
Yes.
like bop on over. He's gonna do this, then bop on over to say hi to the ship to make sure everyone's like just say hi to the forest, and then he's just gonna go to bed. First thing before they even go out though, does it revert things that you're carrying?
Yes,
well?
right?
Yeah, it should
Everything
be your
becomes
whole-
gaseous, yeah.
Nesbitt, first things first, is gonna go straight back to the room and get his and get the tendril.
Hell fucking yes. You grab.
Like we take 2 minutes to just have me do that. I'm like, that's the last time that I'm doing that. That's the last
Yeah.
time.
You
And
did
then
so well. You
I
take it
hate
from
it.
live it.
I hated everything. I'm just like, okay. And then actually, that's where I wanted to go anyway, because the last thing that Nesbitt even knew was that there was a letter that came in and an open window. So I guess as this incredibly fast form will just like scan for a trail out the back window.
Go ahead and make a. It's been several days now, so this is a pretty cold trail.
Has it?
Or it has
It's
been,
only been
been a solid day. It's been one
Yeah,
day in the middle
a
of a
day.
storm, so it is a
Right,
little
that's
bit of a
true.
cold trail.
That's for sure.
So go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay. You'd think I'd be great at this because I'm a ranger.
I'm pretty
And
good at
I
this
am.
also. Great.
I didn't have the page open.
I'll guidance you if you want it.
Yeah.
Is guidance a D4, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Like I'm like, yeah, it was good regardless. It's 26. 17 plus 7 plus 2.
26.
Yeah, 26.
20 fucking 6. You fucking kidding me right now?
24 without guidance.
You spend a lot of time like outside by the window. Here's what I will say to you, Nesbitt. As you are outside, amidst the blowing storm wind, outside your room, you see some shrubbery, badly kept and like dying from having not seen the sun in quite a long time. Has a like dent in the top of it, meaning that somebody was physically here. You picked up on that this person appears to be like it's a person left this note. And that they climbed up, meaning probably not an avian. With a 26, you kind of see you see little scratches in the wood as somebody climbed up to the second floor and like got on there. Make a nature check with advantage with that high 26.
Nat 20.
Canine claws for sure.
K9. Okay.
Nat 20. Small, scrabbly looking paw marks that while they are small and like not super like long, they are precise. And the climbing is well practiced and is probably from a smaller canine, like a coyote.
And so I'm just seeing the one tracks going up to the,
That's right.
and then like nothing after that.
Joey and Sven, after looking around a lot, did not leave a track.
Good.
Do you want to follow this trail as you look out and see kind of far away a little bit of mud that's been disturbed more than other mud? And you realize that if you were slow enough, you could probably carefully track this.
I think the tracker and Nesbitt wouldn't stop.
Zygo, what do you do?
I'm with you, bud.
Okay.
Although, are you planning on tracking as you or as clouds?
I figured in the storm, clouds are actually probably the best. Like,
Yeah.
no one's gonna really
doesn't
be,
pull any focus.
yeah. Like,
Maybe.
people will see like mist or a cloud in the rain, right?
Yeah,
It's not.
that's what I'm thinking too. Clouds then.
Nesbitt and Zygo slowly float along after a minuscule trail that Nesbitt finds, having beaten the difficulty by 1. 25 DC survival check to fully be able to track this trail. It carries you all the way through the trough. It carries you through the gates to the proper city of Port Sao. It takes you a long time to get there as these slow-moving gaseous clouds. And eventually, the trail ends on the top of Port Sau's enormous parapets that are sort of within the walls. And there is a scorch mark in the floor of one of these keeps, and an Emporian guard that has been dead for probably 24 to 36 hours.
Oh.
A knife wound in his side.
Oh.
Go ahead and either make an investigation check or an arcana check.
Both
You
of
can
us?
also make both if you'd like to spend some time. Yes. Go ahead and make the investigation check first.
Yeah.
It's both of us, right? Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Expertly executed stab wounds. Clearly an assassination from stealth. Definitely this guy was dead before he hit the floor kind of situation. What about the arcana check?
Worse.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Wow. Wow. Dang. Well.
Oh, George hates it.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh,
What is happening?
Come on.
You can tell easily that the knife wounds were not from a typical knife, they were from a shadow blade.
Okay.
A nat 20 arcana check.
And a nat 20 investigation. I feel like we fucking Sherlock Holmes. room.
Yeah. With those two perfect things, you guys see exactly what happens. You feel the fur stand up on the back of your neck, / your scales begin to kind of like bristle, and you both turn kind of simultaneously across the city on the far end and see a raging fire roaring on the opposite wall. Both of you make a perception check.
Probably can't see it from here. I only got 30 feet.
You cannot, Zygo, right? You can't smell in the storm, so
No.
it's just Nesbitt.
Perception?
Yeah.
19.
Can I guidance him to try and hit that little
Yes,
bit
you
higher?
can. This is very far away. It's a very high DC.
22.
Okay. Acana.
Oh.
Is this a moment that you would want to use that 1d4?
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
La la.
Holy
la, la.
shit.
Go ahead and roll the d4 for me.
I forgot
needs
it
to be
doesn't have
3
to
or
just
4.
be mine.
It's a 2. 24 is the... Yeah.
Roaring in the fire.
Hold on. I genuinely don't remember if I have Wheel or Woe today because it's a new day. Can I roll for it now to see if it is Wheel? And if it is, I'll use it.
So it's a 50-50 chance right now.
50-50 shot.
Hey.
If it is... I'm trying to remember which one. If it's an even number, it's Wheel. That's a 14. Which means it's Wheel today. I'll roll the
25
d6.
DC,
Add a 5 to that roll.
Oh my god!
29.
We started at a 19 and we got it up to a 29, you guys.
Nesbitt,
Yeah?
you peer upward. Acana, you are like floating back to the house, and you feel like a moment of presence of like you just see Nesbitt on the parapet, even though he's miles away from you. You just like look and see him there, and he looks back, and you whisper without even realizing it, like "Go on." And Nesbitt, you just instinctually take off in the air a little bit to get a better vantage point. Zygo, as he leaves your side, you mutter some things and hold your hands together, and Nesbitt, a line of clouds separates like the Red Sea, and a little bit of starlight brightens the bridge. Where Joey and Sven standing across from a tall figure wielding a massive blade of shadow. And that's where we will end tonight.
And they're by the fire?
Yeah, they are by the fire on the opposite side of the wall. That is it for this evening, everybody. Very, very excited to be back next week. Make sure you check out Brand's Bargain that got released today. Anywhere you look at podcasts on our website, heroclubpodcast.com. Or just come here and hang out with us every Tuesday in addition to that as well. Why not, right? Also, if y'all are feeling up for it, go to Apple, your podcasts or your Spotify's, whatever you want, you download podcasts on, and go ahead and leave us a little review. Why not? It really helps us get some visibility, and it will... we'll be very, very grateful to all of you. Does anybody have anything fun coming up they want to plug?
Buy the tree shirts! Woo!
Buy the tree shirts!
Yeah,
They're
tree
in the store.
shirts.
Check them out. They're so fucking cool.
It was
love the
fun
color
sending
scheme
them at
so
the
much.
post office. I love the post office. Support your local USPS. You know what I'm
Support your
saying?
local USPS. Bring them something that they like, because I don't know how you would support them. How do you support USPS? Sending mail?
You send mail.
Send some more mail, guys. Woo, what a session, everybody. We will see you. Unfortunately, next Tuesday we are off. I am away. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks for the next session of
Jackie's
King of
gonna be
Tides.
furious.
She's gonna be so mad.
Everybody have a wonderful evening, and we will see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, gang.